All right. What is up, everyone? I think we're live. Like I said, these are always weird to start up just because there's a little bit of delay from when I actually started up to when it actually starts up to where you guys see everything. And some of you guys might be confused because I'm talking right now. Anyway, what's up, everyone? OG over here from Player Essence. Welcome to another PE podcast. We're at big episode number 30. So give a little small clap. Episode number 30. It's not bad. Not bad. We're still around. The lights are on. Okay, Jordan. That's
Sorry,
enough.
I was doing 30 claps.
No, I don't want 30 claps. I just said whatever. Anyway, we've got a full cast of awesome people today. I thought Jordan actually literally turned into Spyro and was not going to be here. So I invited some other people as well to be here as well. But Jordan has transformed back into a human and is here. So we got a nice cast of to join us today. We're going to start off all the way, at least my left. I don't know what you guys are seeing it. But anyway, my left, we got our guest, Tether Gaming's here. Tether, how you doing today, my boy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm here.
All right. Are my levels good? I don't know.
Your levels are good.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy to be on here, man. I'm a huge fan of basically everybody on the panel, so I'm honored to be here, and hopefully we got a good conversation going on tonight.
No problem. And we also have another guest that comes every now and then, and that is Ataki, longtime Elite Ninja here in the village. How you doing today, Ataki?
Oh, you're pretty good for snowfall this week, a couple days ago. So
everyone's getting snow.
No, I feel so like
I know.
I'm a different planet.
I'm out here in my flip flops and doing like this. You know what I'm saying? doing a little bit of this and doing a little bit of this in California. Like, yes, finally.
Freaking East Coast, man.
It doesn't feel like hell here where I'm at. I'm good. Like, the weather is amazing here, dude. Like, man, feeling good. But anyway. All right, so Ataki, good to see you here. And of course, we've got the immortal one, Jordan French.
The immortal one. I don't know about all of that.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, guys, I'm still here. I'm not. Listen, I was having a little bit of a mental breakdown on Twitter earlier. Don't mind me about that stuff. I'm just taking a social media break. This is a obligation. I treat this as my responsibility to be here to the podcast. I've committed to it, and I want to hang out with my friends and talk. So, yeah, I am here tonight. And I'm ready to talk about some cool stuff. And yeah, good to see all you guys.
Heck yeah, man. Good to have you here. And of course, we've got little sis Mandy's here. Mandy, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm better. Having a mental breakdown too, but it's all good. It's all good.
Life gets in the way at times, guys. I mean, like, and I've said this multiple times. My 2018 has been trash. Like, just to put it any other way, it's just been garbage. Like 2018's, I'm ready to kick 2018 to the curb, man. It's been horrible.
I don't want to leave it. It's been so great, actually, for me. So.
Has 2018 been good? Okay, well, I'm ready to move on. I think all of us are kind of ready to move on to 2019.
Okay. Yeah, I am.
But you just keep on going, right? I think that's the big thing about having, us be able to talk about games, kind of get away from some of the other stuff. So I think it's good that we have these. So, all right, we got a nice podcast for you guys today. We got a lot of different topics. Should be a good one. Let's start off here. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That game is coming out soon. For some people, might already have it. What team are you? We don't need to talk about this game much, obviously, because it's coming out tomorrow. All of us are pretty much going to do content on it or play it. We're all excited. Mandy just made a video. Make sure you guys check out Mandy's video. Why she bought the game. But what team are you? Which version are you buying? We're going to start off with Tether Gaming. What team? If you're getting you're getting the game. But what team are you, man?
Team Pikachu.
All right, you're still on the podcast. Good. Why did you pick Team Pikachu?
Honestly, I have no emotional attachment to either. I just thought Pikachu would be stronger, but Eevee's got really cool moves, so I'm kind of mad, but it's all right.
Okay. And Ataki, are you purchasing the game at all? Are you getting it?
Yeah, I managed to get. I don't remember. I told you I came across a cheaper version of one of them that I could perhaps provide to you to give away. I don't have to mail it to you though, because it's physical, but yeah, we'll work it out.
DM me on that, and we can potentially have some more stuff about that. So, which one are you getting though yourself?
I got Eevee. I just always like Eevee over.
Right, kick button.
No, I'm a veteran. I've been playing it since it came out in like the late '90s, and
do you think I care?
It was my favorite because it's so useful though, because it has so many different evolutions now. They keep adding to it all the time.
But you can't evolve that one.
Yeah.
It does evolve though, doesn't it? Though that's what I
know. No, you can't evolve
But
your
it
starter.
learns moves from a lot of the.
Well, yeah. So they have the spirit, right? You know, it can't become like any of other ones.
Has the spirit, my boy.
He's got a fighting spirit.
Has that spirit of Flareon in there. Let me learn that flamethrower, please. Let's go.
Little Jolteon, Vaporeon, yeah.
Let's go. I actually love the Eevee evolutions, like Jolteon.
Yeah, like you can almost build the whole team out of them because they're almost every type at this point.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I had a Pokemon team that was just Eevees.
Dude,
they're
really good. Eevees are good.
8 different types now, I think, something like that.
Yeah, there's like there's a fairy, there's a ice, there's dark,
grass,
there's grass, there's psychic,
water,
fire,
normal. If you go with the Eevee,
yeah, there's so many different ones. So yeah, you can definitely almost like build like a whole squad of Eevees, and they're all really good too. That's the cool thing, except for like Vaporeon's really slow. That's the only problem with Vaporeon.
Yeah, but its special stat is like so really powerful.
His special.
Yeah.
Oh no. Sorry. Flareon. Flareon is just kind of Flareon's just a little bit of an issue.
Attack is like massive.
Yeah, too. But it's like but you can also go with Espeon has a massive special attack and it's quicker. So it's like you can go with Espeon, Jolteon super fast, and you can Eevee train.
My favorite is Umbreon personally because it's just a defensive powerhouse and it just cool.
Yeah, Umbreon's super tanky.
And Umbreon is like leftovers and toxic and just like
it can buy you time to heal up if you need to.
Yeah, like I used to troll the hell out of people with Umbreon online with toxic and leftovers. Used to piss people off, because like sometimes you don't see it coming. With Umbreon, and he's a defensive tank. I Eevee trained special defense and all that. So yeah, okay. So your team Eevees. All right, you can stay on the podcast. All right, Jordan, what team are you?
Well, I'm getting both, so I don't know which one I'll play first.
Which one is being handed to you first?
They're both coming in the same package.
Which one did you see? Which? No, they're not going to come side by side. One of them is going to be on top of the other. So
no, they're probably come in a box that's like this, and they'll be next to each other when I open up.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
I've bought multiple games before from Amazon, and that didn't happen.
No, I bought both the collector's editions, the $99 ones or whatever.
Oh, the Poco Plus ones, you mean?
Yeah. So they'll be next to each other. They won't be stacked.
And I got a regular version I came by fairly cheap.
I'll do like a flip a coin or something to see which one I play first. So I'm not sure. I'm getting both. I don't really care. I love Pikachu and I love Eevee both. So
well, I'm getting Eevee. It was a hard choice, but even though I have like the Pikachu everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Pikachu hat on.
Shout outs to Drennan. Or Andre, my boy, with the $10 donation, says, "Showing some love for the podcast." Let's go. Thank you so much, Dre. I appreciate that, homie.
Is he cutting back? Giving you money?
Jay's done enough, man, for the village, man. That was his. He gave away 3 Switches.
That $1,000 a week, man. That
yeah, my boy Dre. Shout outs, man. Shout outs to you. People are starting to get their Switches too. So David just got his Switch, and then
it was gorgeous.
Yeah. It was
an insane night.
Fun night. So your team Pikachu, right? Mandy?
I'm a fraud. What?
Your team Pikachu.
You said
right?
Eevee. No, Team Eevee.
Your team Eevee?
Yes.
What?
I said that. You didn't watch my video. You bad.
No. I didn't get a chance to watch your video yet because you just posted it today.
But I've been talking about how much I'm Team Eevee on Twitter.
I know you haven't, but I didn't think that you were serious.
I think you were confused because of the hat.
Maybe I think I was, but I didn't think little sis would do something so silly as to pick Team Eevee. That's interesting.
Oh, those are fighting words.
Those are fighting words, sissy. We'll talk about it later. All right. Well, there you go, guys. We've picked our teams. I'm Team Pikachu, but I will be getting both games. So
I love Pikachu still. Is just I can't get both. So one has to go.
I'll be picking up both games. So we're all playing it. We're all getting ready for it. So it'll be fun to play. Tomorrow we'll be streaming. Look out for everybody's going to have content on it or already has content on it. So make sure you guys check out all the channels. All right. So let's talk about a little bit more about some Pokemon news, huh? So essentially some dude put out because you guys know there's obviously pirating going on with the Switch. Some people have been downloading Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee ROMs. However, Shout out to my boy Dre with another 15, and he says, "LJ, it's all about Team Eevee." Okay, the shill in me says, "Okay, $15, Team Eevee, you got it, my boy.
You can't fight that.
Can't fight that, Team Eevee. Let's go." So apparently there's some, but shout outs to Dre, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, homie. He says, there's like a ROM going out there, and somebody decided to throw in a fake ROM that actually bricks your system if you.
That's so bad.
Yeah, I know. So like people have been downloading the game, right, illegally.
Yeah.
And then somebody made a fake one and said, "Hey, yeah, this is, a fake Pokemon. Let's go Pikachu." But it's actually like it's a virus. It's gonna brick brick your system.
How about you just I don't know, buy the game?
Yeah.
What?
I agree.
It's a crazy concept.
What a
there, man.
concept!
What are you talking about, Jordan? You want me to actually spend money on the game?
I mean, that's kind of how the world works.
Actually reward the developers for working on it? What?
Yeah, actually, do something that's legal.
But I'm too poor, Jordan. I can't afford it. So.
Oh well, that's
just
just
people are
unfortunate. Just unfortunate. So
people are saying that, I'm
get a
too
job,
poor,
work harder. I don't know, sell other games you have. There's a bunch of other ways to get an actual real copy of it. Instead, you're risking bricking your $300 device over not spending $60. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I agree.
L Jinx says, "Get a job." I think that's ridiculous. You're actually telling people to get a job to buy a game. You should be able just to download all the games for free. That's what I think. So
The shame is that this happens with every single Pokemon game.
yeah.
It's always leaked early.
I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and it like guts the community. There's so much cheating and hacking in the community, which is why I'm excited for Let's Go, because there's not really abilities. So there's not going to be people genning a bunch of fake Pokemon and stuff to battle online. No one's going to have the ultimate team when you get online. It's going to be more fun. I'm actually going to be able to have fun without breaking my Switch or my 3DS, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
that's the thing that I saw a lot with like the old school Pokemon games. Like people be cheating too much. Like we're running into teams out here. You got like a Mewtwo with like freaking moves that he never can even learn. You got all of a sudden you got like Pokemon like a level 120 and stuff. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've
been happening since Gen 1.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing Pokemon. Who remembers Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Wii?
Oh man, that was.
I never played it.
I love that game.
That was like cheaters' paradise online.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Like you could get there, like you could see their Pokemon, like after you win or if you whatever, like after you play them, there was a way like to see like their Pokemon. Dude, it was insane. Some of the lineups that these people had, all different shiny Pokemon. They have like legendary shinies with just crazy movesets, and I'm like, and there's times like sometimes I would win. I'm like, how did I beat this person? And I'm just using regular, normal trained, Eevee trained Pokemon. I do some breeding here and there, and these people online, it was just ridiculous how much cheating there would be. So yeah, man, I'm excited to maybe not have that.
No, I'm not sure. I'm gonna take this as a troll comment from PB in the chat, just because it seems a little too trolly. But it says it's just Pokemon Go 2. It should be free, and not that couldn't be further from the truth. It has Pokemon Go elements. I assumed, but I'm just letting people know, because there's people out there that like legitimately think that it's a full-fledged Gen 1 remake, except they're taking out the standard way that you would catch Pokemon and train. It infuses the Pokemon Go community and how they play with how the original people who play the RPGs play. So it's a mixed bag. It's still a full-fledged Pokemon game. It's just a Gen 1 remake with new way to play it.
Oh, well, PB was joking.
Yeah, that's what I assume. I assume it's a troll, but there's still people out there.
Oh, there are.
You can play with the Pokeball. Mandy, are you excited to play with the Pokeball Plus?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I am excited.
Same here. I'm probably going to play with it for like 4 hours, then put it on the shelf, but I'm really excited for those 4 hours.
I'm using it all day, baby. 100%. Let's go.
I just want my Mew, that's good.
Give me the Mew. Is the Mew like when you open? Does the Mew actually come out of the Pokeball like a real life Mew? The Mew's in the game, right? I want a real life Mew. I want a real Mew. Give me a real Mew, Nintendo.
Have you seen the Detective Pikachu movie?
The trailer? Oh yeah, it looks awesome.
Dude,
It
that
scares me.
Why is it like legitimately a good trailer? Like, it's so
It is.
so. What's funny is you remember but anywhere from like 10 years ago till now, all those fake Pokemon movie trailers where like they had a realistic Pokemon that looked kind of creepy because they were realistic, and the fact that they were so spot on with what it would actually look like for an official Pokemon movie scares me even more. Like how did they know that that's how? Like, did Warner Brothers go and watch it and say, yeah, we should do that, or like, did they just have the same idea to make them look realistically creepy?
The guy who did a lot of the crazy fan art that you might have seen, he got hired to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Really?
Well, that makes sense then. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Like, I think Pikachu with fur looks cute as hell. I think a lot of the designs look pretty good. Like, it's obvious CGI. Like, they can't make it too much more realistic. It's very hard to imagine as realistic as possible. Jigglypuff looks fine with hair. I think the Charizard that they showed off looked a little weird. I think they should add more scaling to him than the way he looked. But other than that, I thought the CGI in the Pokemon is pretty cool. Ryan Reynolds is he looks like, he sounds like he's doing Deadpool and then inside of Pikachu rather than just Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu. So I don't know. That trailer surprised the heck out of me. I think this will be the first actual great video game movie. Like, I think this is going to be really good.
I agree, and I think that the best thing for me was the fact that, like, you saw, like, they made sure they saw, like, Lavender Town, right? You know? So you know it's in that world. Like, they're not doing anything dumb like you see with other movies, you know, where, like, they take you out of the world, right? You're in some other type of dimension.
Pikachu goes to high school.
Yeah. Like, Goku is, like, going to high school. Or it's, like, something stupid. Like, they don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
The Sonic live action movie, I just have... That one's going to suck so bad. From everything I've heard about the pre-production on that one's going to just be a mess.
The Monster Hunter movie does that too, right? Like, you see guys like with Trooper, like with like you know, with armored vehicles, and it's like, okay, there's none of that in Monster Hunter.
Exactly. That kind of worried people. And then Mila Jovovich, she put out, like, on her Instagram, like, she had like the the weapon, what is it called? The thing you have on your arm that can shoot you and you can swing on or whatever. Like, they showed that they still had that in there. So, like, I guess she said, don't worry, you know. But obviously,
that's not the problem. Like, and I can see why she's saying don't worry, but the problem isn't that. The problem
Monster Hunter is a fantasy universe. There is no guns. There is no
that's like
vehicles. There's no militant.
I don't want to see any military. I want to see it to where, like, they're all dressed up in that crazy armor that people wear in Monster Hunter.
Unless it's a modern day version of it, you know. That's
I don't want to be like Jurassic Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Like Jurassic Monster Hunter. I don't, because that's what they're going for. They're going for some type of Jurassic Park /
They're gonna cash off the Jurassic Park stuff. They're absolutely gonna cash off the how Jurassic Park does it.
They're trying to do that, and it's going to be stupid. And I'm going to say screw this movie because I don't want to see that. I want to see Monster Hunter. I want it to where literally, like, that's what it is. And I've seen people with armored vehicles and stuff. I'm like, no, man, I can't.
Yeah.
And like with the Pikachu movie, like, it was in the Pokemon world. There wasn't anything crazy. Pokemon lived with the humans.
Oh yeah, it's gonna suck. I just checked on some stuff. So this is what I thought. Her husband, the director Paul W.S. Anderson, is directing it. He did all the Resident Evil movies as well. It's gonna be bad because the Resident Evil movies are butchered all the hell.
Some people love the Resident Evil movies, but in my opinion,
the first one's good, the second one's okay, third one's kind of fourth one's a giant music video and everything's in slow motion. The fifth movie's my favorite because they said screw it, let's just be dumb and have fun, and I liked it. The sixth movie was chopped and distorted to hell and was barely a movie. So I have no faith in the Monster Hunter movie now. At least I have faith in the Pokemon movie, even though the director who's doing it's done animated movies like Shark Tale and stuff like that. So it doesn't have the best, past track record with animation films, but the film looks great so far. So at least that I have hope.
Well, that's definitely good. Well, I mean, I'm glad that they, and I think they got the right that dude. That dude's from Jurassic Park, I think. The guy that the main character from the Pokemon movie. Justice.
Justice Smith. Yeah, he was in Jurassic.
He was like the nerdy funny guy in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he was like is that T-Rex? Is that T-Rex? Oh, please don't tell me that's a T-Rex. Hey, is that the T-Rex? That's not T-Rex. Go eat me. That was his character the whole movie.
That was him. He played it well.
T-Rex.
You need that guy though. You need that guy. That guy's critical. You need that guy for every movie that's like stupid. Because
I liked him in the Get Down. If you saw that show on Netflix, the Get Down.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He was great in that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, in those movies, you need that stupid guy, you know, or that guy that's like the nerdy guy that's gonna say the obvious things, you know, and like for comic relief, even though you guys are gravely in danger, you know, like you need that guy. All right, so let's move on. We've got Sony. This is probably the main topic here, and this is why I wanted to wait a little bit till we get everybody in here. So
I got some thoughts.
Sony apparently is skipping E3, and to be exact, let's get into what they actually said. So they just said that the industry, I'm going to be paraphrasing here, but apparently Sony will not host a press conference or attend E3. So that's what's been reported and looks like it's being confirmed. Sony actually reached out to Game Informer, and they said that the industry is evolving and they're looking at different opportunities to engage with the community. And they're going to be doing things a little bit different this upcoming year. So before you guys get into your comments, because I know a lot of you guys are going to have stuff to say about this, and we'll go through each one, I will say that it looks like it. Kotaku is reporting that yes, 2020, obviously Sony does not have PS4 games to show us. They have PS5 games, and that's going to be next year, but there's no point in talking about PS5 and revealing PS5, then waiting a year and a half before the games are actually ready and you're going to be able to get your hands on the system. So it looks like they're going to do a 2020 reveal and a 2020 launch. That's pretty much what it's looking like here. And Kotaku is reporting that. Jason is reporting that, and he said that he has multiple sources. So just to let you guys know, you know, that it does seem like that's the reason why Sony's and they did no PlayStation experience either. So really, they're just skipping it. They don't got much to show. It seems like it, but Sony will have some other things. Apparently, there's going to be something that they're going to be doing, ways to engage with the fans. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start off with Mandy, because I know you talked about it on Twitter. You had a nice little meme. So Mandy, you want to go first, then we'll move on to Jordan, and we'll kind of go across the board here. So Mandy, what do you think about this?
I'm just more confused because kind of need some games. And I thought they were just going to take like, oh, we're better than everybody else, we're not going to E3. I was like, oh no, they're not going to pull that. So it's good that they're not, you know, going for that, but still, it's weird.
Okay.
It's like they're like giving Microsoft, here, just do your thing, Microsoft.
Yeah, pretty much, because Xbox threw some little shade over Sony, so we'll talk about that in a bit. But Jordan, man, what are your thoughts on this whole thing with Sony skipping E3?
Let me explain a little something that's happening at Sony right now. So obviously, not only did they cancel the PlayStation experience that was supposed to happen sometime the end of this year, right? Yeah. Now they're canceling their E3, their conference, all the big stuff that they would have done. So what's happening right now at Sony, and this is all my personal speculation. This isn't I know 100% for sure, so please don't, OJ, don't put like, you know, insider information above my head or anything like that like last time. This ain't it, Chief. So I know you're going to do that anyway because you're going to try to get me in trouble. But yeah, there we go. Insider information. There it is. Hey guys, hear it right now.
I'm just laughing because it's
what Sony is doing as a company right now is they're going through a restructure of how to handle themselves as a gaming company. They have noticed that this past year for them, aside from having great games come out that are extremely well received, that their marketing and their presentation, and especially how their E3 went this year, is just not good. They're doing a lot of stuff internally right now to realize what can they do to plan for the future, and how are they going to come out as the number one company for the next generation. And since the PS4 is going to have, this confirms that 2019 and part of 2020 is going to be the final last leg for the PlayStation 4 for consoles leading up at some point in 2020. What I do think we will get next year is an actual PlayStation experience towards the end of 2019 that'll officially announce the new consoles. And they're skipping all this other stuff because all these big games like Days Gone that is now delayed indefinitely, Last of Us 2, this is all stuff that's going to be either directly as launch titles, or they're going to come out and do like a multi-release at the same time. Like Days Gone is like, at this point, they need to keep working on the game, just have it come out next gen and do the best you can with it. Last of Us, I had no faith it was coming out on the PlayStation 4 ever, because they said it's going to be a long time before that game even came out. But they're rethinking how to do it as a company. They're rethinking how to market it, how to show it off, what they want to do. And I think it's smart for them to take this time off to really sit down and figure out how do they lead with the next generation, right? They want to come in as strong as possible with not only a bunch of games, the top of the line hardware, and a way that they do better at their marketing, the way that their shows and presentations are better. And again, like they said, like no one needs E3. You know, E3 has just for a while been the home of like, oh yeah, you know, here's that big event every year where we talk about games, but they don't need that. The internet, they can do anything anytime. They could say, hey, we're doing it like Nintendo does with their directs. Hey, we're going to do a live stream on March 22nd at 3 p.m. on Twitch. It's major announcements. Please come through. And then they can just show off a bunch of games when they want. They can announce their console when they want.
And everybody will be there streaming it, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
exactly. They'll get way more press than they ever would get just by being at an E3. Mm-hmm. And because they don't need the people to go down there with their clipboards and like take notes while they're watching it live in the audience or typing up there, you know, like, wow, they showed off this is cool. They'll have people getting live reactions, then making tons and tons of videos and putting out a bunch of articles as it's happening live for everyone in the world, not just at a certain event. So I do think that this is a smart decision for PlayStation. Yeah, and we'll get into like the Xbox trolling them, but I really think this is nothing to laugh at. They're pulling themselves into a whole new model of marketing, and in this day and age, that's the smartest thing you can do is evolve with what you have. And they know that they have a way better chance to just market stuff the way they want to market it and restructure their whole presentations to cater to the next generation. It's smart. I think this is signifying the end of the way stuff has been run and how it will be run. When they come back and ready to announce stuff and show off the new console or whatever they do next, it'll be important. It'll be a statement of how they're going to handle stuff in the future. They don't need E3. No one needs E3.
To kind of go off what Jordan, before we get into to kind of go off what Jordan says, that Sony's been changing their rules too. So I think what Jordan is saying is absolutely correct, because they've been a lot more strict on erotic or those type of games, you know? They're really I know it's funny, but no, it's the truth. Like, they've been way more strict with developers, you know, in terms of what they want to do with their games. Like, Nintendo's been like, okay, yeah, you can do whatever. Apparently there's like one of the Senran Kagura games that are coming, and they have like a mode that's like Shinobi Reflay or whatever, or like the Reflections, that it's called Reflections here in the West, where it's that eShop game. And Sony's like, nope, you can't have that mode in that game. You know what I'm saying? So they have to delay the game just so we can release on the PS4. So I think what Jordan is saying is like these radical changes. Like, I mean, the whole Fortnite thing. Remember how they just kind of like snapped it, like, you know, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, okay, now we're gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just like, it seems like jerky. It seems weird. So yeah, I have to agree. Like, they're definitely changing it for like the new generation, almost like a WWF to WWE type of thing, or I don't know, like what to think of it. Like going PG-13.
Sony always follows somewhat of how Nintendo does things, whether it be from peripherals to choices to whatever they want to, you know, copy from. I think the next thing that they're copying from is how they present themselves, one, as a company, and two, how they market themselves as a company. Nintendo doesn't need E3. They hold their own event 4 or 5 times a year for these Nintendo Directs. They don't need to do it at E3. They can skip out entirely. They don't need to get on a stage and spend all that money to waste the time. They can put a presentation together, put it on a live stream, and the world will go nuts, and they'll get way more press from it. And Sony is understanding that, and I think that Sony is going to start copying Nintendo. We're going to start seeing Sony Directs, or whatever they call them. We're going to start seeing their own. They'll probably just call them PlayStation Experience. It's like, hey, here's a PlayStation Experience on, you know, April 15th, you know, come through. We're going to announce some new titles. We're going to talk about the future of the consoles or whatever. And then boom, they can do whatever they want. There is no full presentation. They don't need to buy out a stage, spend all this money to do some cringy presentation with guest stars and then like, oh, look, here's a car on stage like Xbox does every year. Like, look, here's our new Forza car. Wow, pretty crazy. We spent all this money, right? We're Xbox. We're cool. Like no one needs to do that. And Sony doesn't need to be like, hey, here's a, Last of Us and we're in this room. Now let's go into the other room and watch some guy play for 5 minutes before we even show off the game. Like, we don't need all these theatrics. The gamers, you know what gamers want? Hey, what games are coming out? What's the console going to look like? What's it going to do? What's the hardware? And all Sony has to do is give us that. They don't need to spend any money. And I think that's what they're understanding, is that they can just put presentations together. And they don't need any show to tell them what to do. They don't need to follow any guidelines anymore. And they're just going to go with Nintendo's method. Hey, we'll release stuff when we're ready. We don't have to get stuff ready for an E3. We don't have to do a PlayStation, experience in December like we've always done. We could just do anything whenever. And this is the smartest time to do it. The PS4 is going to the end of its lifespan. There's not really many big titles left to come out for the system. They need to gear up, figure out the PlayStation 5, and launching is incredible as possible. So that's all I have to say on that. I just thought, like, it's to me, it's a no-brainer, and I'm happy to see them kind of doing this restructuring.
Yeah, definitely. Ataki, thoughts?
Yeah, you both kind of laid it out pretty good. I'll try to add on a little bit of stuff that wasn't discussed. This has been coming for a long time. There's been a trend towards this for a long time. People said it wasn't going to happen. It was going to be E3. So people, now it's happening. So what do you get to say now, right? So it also shows that Nintendo's ahead of the curve with a lot of things. They have the curve with their directs, and now this is how Sony's going to do things going forward. This is how companies deliver their messages now. It's more controllable. You don't have to wait one time a year to give out your information. You can do whenever you want to, and it shows that Sony's also realizing that their gaming image is very tied to their health as a company, because at this point they don't have much else besides their gaming division. They got their movies and their music and insurance, and that's about it. Everything else is gone. Sony as a company is vastly different than it was at the turn of the century, because their TVs are gone, their Vio's gone, all that stuff is out the door. They sold off to everybody. So this is what they are now. They're PlayStation, basically. They could change their name to PlayStation. It would probably be the most accurate name for the company at this point. As well, being a Japanese company, yeah, E3 was always kind of against their ethos, culturally, because it's Western celebrity worship, nonsense culture, hype culture. So yeah, I think Xbox will stay there because they're an American company, so that's kind of what they are. But...
Yeah, Xbox. We'll talk about that in just a bit with
another thing to consider is look at how Sony is wanting to copy Nintendo in this situation. The Switch right now is it. This is the console of right now. This is the console of the future. You can take it on the go. It's selling like hotcakes. The games have so much hype on them. The fans and the communities go crazy for these games. There are fans that go, wow, God of War, wow, Spider-Man, but nothing on the level of a Pokemon, a Zelda, a Mario, a Splatoon. And they see how crazy it gets. And obviously no one copied Nintendo when they were on the Wii U phase, because it turned out to be a giant flop in everyone's eyes. I bet Sony and both, and Microsoft as well, were kind of being like, finally, we don't have to worry about Nintendo. Then Nintendo comes up and is like, you know what? We perfected it. Here's the Switch. And Sony's like, okay, they turned themselves around. We need to catch back up and start doing this stuff again. We can't just get cocky and act like we're in the lead still, because we're quickly going to lose that spot. So it's smart for them to copy, because Nintendo has come back, and this is the battle now. It's them versus Nintendo. They're not worried about Microsoft. They know them as a competitor. They like to have fun with it, but they know they have the games. But now they got to make something that's worth it besides the games. They got to make a console. They got to make a brand representation. They got to literally come out swinging with whatever they have for the PlayStation 5. No more just pretending that they're in the lead. No more just acting like they're the hot tamale of the week. They got to come out saying, hey, here's a statement. PlayStation is the place to play your games. It can do this, this, and this, and you don't need anything else, is how they have to act. But they also have to take care of their stuff how Nintendo takes care of their stuff. They have to give the fans hype not only for the games but the console itself.
Before we get to Tether, I think also another spot on comment, man. It's because it's like when I talk to the kids, like whenever I get a chance to talk to the kids, at junior high I used to go to. When I talk to the kids at the elementary that I used to go to, talking to them, like none of them talk about Sony in that type of way. This is cool. None of them do. They talk about Switch and they talk about cell phones. Where I get to talk about Sony is the older kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The older ones maybe in high school, or the ones that are in their early 20s, 30s, 40s. That's where Sony's base really is. The kids really aren't looking at Sony. I mean, some of them, they got PS4s, right? But they're not looking at it that way because you can't take your PS4 to school. I see kids playing their Switch. I see them playing Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see them playing Fortnite with mobile. It's not included in the cool category. It's not included in that like it used to be with Sony, So I think Jordan, like I said, once again, spot on with what Sony needs to do, how they need to market and present themselves in a certain way, get them to be cool with the families, get them to be that. Because have you guys seen a lot of the Black Friday ads and stuff? Oh, you can get yourself a brand new Nintendo, like Best Buys. There's so many of them, and they're highlighting Switch. You know what I'm saying? And like we just all know, Sony's going to be there. Obviously, Sony's going to have a great Black Friday. They're going to sell systems, but a lot of them, it's not in necessarily with the cool crowd as much. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I'm seeing. Like I said, just personally from my area, people still buying PS4s. Obviously, people still buying PS4s, but it's not associated with kids as in cool anymore because
one more
there's mobile.
Comment. Sorry for interrupting, but the one more comment that I want to add to this, and this is how I see the trend of what they want to do. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of this stuff with nostalgia playing with Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, obviously, and then we have Medieval, getting its resurgence, a game that's going to appeal to younger kids and the old generation who played it. But obviously, like the stuff that's secret in development that they are bringing back, stuff like Ape Escape, which it was supposed to be planned to be announced this year at a PlayStation Experience. It'll be announced at some point next year. I'm 100% sure of that. Bringing in more of these games that are accessible to younger generations, not only the people who remember playing them, but these other games, because Sony is known for their M-rated, first party. They're known for their T-rated games. They're known for these older, mature storytelling games, but they aren't known for their games that are accessible to the whole family, platformers anymore. They don't do a lot of that. But with the launch of the PlayStation 5, when that comes out, there's already a brand new Ratchet Clank that's in development right now with Insomniac, and it's going to be big. It's going to be a launch title for the console. We're going to see the resurgence of a Jak and Daxter. We're going to see a lot of these games that come back. Stop putting the inside information thing over my head. God. We're going to start seeing a lot of these games come back, and they're going to hold on to a lot of them as exclusives. Like, obviously, they can't hold Crash or Spyro as exclusives anymore because of Activision, but they can hold Ape Escape. They can hold Medieval. They can hold Jak and Daxter. Jesus Christ. They can hold Ratchet and Clank. They can even come up with a whole brand new thing, not like, Knack, a different thing that didn't, a little bit more care into it. Stuff like that. And that's what's going to bring in. They need to have something that's on the level of Mario. They need to have their thing that says, like, here's our family friendly game that anyone can play exclusive. And this is all 100% true. Everything I'm saying is fact. They're bringing back Buck Bumble. The PlayStation 5 is going to be a portable console that stays at your home and you can take on the go. It doesn't have Joy-Cons. They're called Sony flippers. I don't know. Okay. It's coming out, man.
Or something. I don't know.
Knack 3 launch title. Okay.
Yeah.
Game of the century, baby.
We done with the inside information. Can I stop? Okay, go ahead. Tether, my boy. What you got to say about Sony?
I mean, Jordan pretty much summed it all up. But I agree. They have to do something because we all know what the Switch does. It's portable. Like you said, OJ, it's the cool thing. Xbox next generation, they're going to be streaming games. We all know that. And I don't really think that just being a stay-at-home, plug into your TV game console is enough for Sony to survive anymore. And, that's really, like Itaki said, that's all they have is the PlayStation division. I love Sony games, but it doesn't have a wide enough reach. Just, I have this God of War 2 that I'm going to go play at home in 4K 60 on my TV, whatever, while Joe Schmo was playing Halo Infinite on his cell phone through Microsoft's cloud. And, we're playing Super Smash Brothers over here, and this guy's sitting in the house by himself playing God of War. I don't think it sells in 2018, 2019 anymore. So they've got to do something.
I think.
And I think it's good for them to pull off.
The reach is just not there. I mean, people talk about how great, God of War or how great Horizon Zero Dawn. And yes, these games have always sold great, but if you look at the install base, and I think that's what Jordan was kind of going back to saying, like, look at Nintendo. Nintendo can sell, 11, 12 million copies of Mario Kart, and they're just getting going. We're just started, you know what I'm saying? And Sony's probably thinking, well, why can't we sell? We got 80-something million systems. Why can't we sell 30 million copies of God of War?
Yeah.
Why can't we sell? I mean, we should be, right? Like, realistically speaking, right? They should be selling with the install base of 80-something million. This should be like a no-brainer for like a game like God of War, or for their franchises to be selling 20, 30 million units, like, no problem, because that's what Super Smash Bros. Is going to do, in my opinion. That's what Mario Odyssey is going to sell 20 million. When it's all said and done, Mario Odyssey is going to sell 20 million. Smash is going to sell 20 million. All these, and I'd be very surprised to see any PlayStation first-party game sell 20 million. I don't think any of them are going to sell 20 million, even though the PS4 has that install base. So I think that's what Jordan's trying to say. They need to market and get themselves into a position to put the highest quality. Like, Ratchet and Clank is cool, but you need to get it into a position to where it's going to sell, or at least Sony wants to get it into a position to where it's going to be like a Mario. How many houses can we get this into? How hip can we, not hip as in like make it so they change the game, but like
the adult install base is large, right? And that's definitely a huge demographic to cater to. But the kid demographic of video games is leagues bigger and more important. These are the people that are going to beg their parents to buy stuff. These are the people that are going to save their money and buy every major, kid title that's like, accessible. Like, look at the Switch. Like, the Switch doesn't sell a lot of M-rated games, right? That's not the big install base on there, but it still sells some of them, right?
I do want to just interject. Sorry to interrupt, Jordan. I do want to interject. Fine. It's not about Sony. We all know Sony can survive making a brute force power console. They can. That's not what we're arguing. We all know that they can do that. Obviously, they can survive. They can make money. They can profit. What we're saying is that if you're a business, that's not what you're not going into a business saying, we're going to do just enough to where we survive, or we're going to do just enough to where we make X amount of profit. They're looking at their competitors. They're seeing Nintendo, and they're seeing how Mario, Legend of Zelda, Splatoon, they're seeing these games and the small install base compared to what they have, and they're looking at their first-party games and what they're selling compared to Nintendo, and they're saying, why aren't we selling like that? That's what capitalistic, greedy, all good capitalistic, greedy businesses do. Why? How do we sell like that? Yes, that's great. You sell 80 million PS4s, but then you look at God of War sales, or you look at that and you're like, well, wait a minute. Why can't we sell 30 million copies of this game? We got 80 million. Why can't we? So that's what all businesses do. It's not about just surviving. You're thinking like just like a general consumer. Think of like a big greedy businessman that wants to make billions of dollars. Don't think of it as just like a consumer. Think of it from their point of view. That's
everyone is looking at this with such like a close lens on just taking what it is at face value. This what's happening right now is the starts of what's going to be the most exciting thing in gaming. Right now, I am truly excited because of this. Because in 2020, when the next consoles come out and they're directly going after more competition, and Nintendo is in their prime with the Switch and figuring out what's next, and everyone is battling for the top spot. When competition is at its hottest and everyone is going full cylinders, I'm talking about Sony's coming out swinging, Nintendo is coming out swinging, even Microsoft coming out swinging, everyone going at each other and trying to be the best. You're not only going to get some of the best games, the best consoles, you're going to get literally reasons to own every single individual console again. It's not just going to be a device where it's like, it doesn't matter what I have, as friends or whatever, I can get either or. There's going to be reasons to own these consoles, because there's no more just letting it go by. When the Xbox and the PlayStation 4 came out, aside from exclusives, there really isn't much difference. You can play with your friends on each of them. It's just preference at that point. But what's going to be the reason again? There was definitely reasons why you owned original Xbox and why you owned a PlayStation 2. There were major differences. That they were going head to head, and then the GameCube had its own reasons as well, obviously falling behind at that time just because it wasn't as powerful as the other stuff. But look at it right now. Look at where we're at. Look when it was the Wii versus the PS3 versus the Xbox 360. There were reasons to me to own all three of those consoles. And then with this generation, it's been like, it can have whatever. It doesn't matter. But I want a reason to own them all. I want to see the fierce competition. I want to see everyone going as hard as they can. I want to see Sony making the right decisions for themselves as a company. I want to see Microsoft stepping up and actually making exclusives and making their console user-friendly to everyone and not just focusing on the crap stuff that I don't care about. Like, we could be your cable box and we'll do all your entertainment and all that. No, I want, first and foremost, what I want from my Xbox is a solid video game player, something that's going to deliver me the best that it can offer. Same thing with Sony. I don't just need a powerful console that, has some really good exclusives, every other month or something. I want a reason to own it, a real reason. The Switch has a real reason. Why? I can take it anywhere and still play good games. And it has motion controls that you can and you don't have to use. It has the games I want to play. It has a cool concept. My friends talk about it. I get to talk about it. I can take it on a plane, train, toilet, you name it. I can bring it anywhere.
Sean Long style. Toilet
exactly.
right there.
Sean Long method. On the toilet with a cigarette, drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper, eating your whole pizza not cut up.
I can almost guarantee you Sean Long has been in the bathroom and eating at the same time, and also has the Switch, and also has the Switch to the side.
He's always eating. Like, when is he not eating?
I can guarantee you he's done those three things. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I would bet if I was a betting man, I would have bet
not
that Sean Long.
Not necessarily in that order though.
I would bet that Sean Long is at the same time. He's thinking about a game for like his next review for the Switch, so he has the game on. Okay, he also is eating a pizza and he's also using the bathroom all at the same time.
With a Diet Dr. Pepper and a cigarette in the other hand.
With the Diet Dr. Pepper and the cigarette.
He probably has like a video, he's editing a video on the side too.
He's like the ultimate bachelor, man.
Yeah.
He's like the ultimate bachelor.
Why are we clowning Sean Long on this? Sorry, Sean, for those who are watching. I think I brought this up. Who brought this up?
You should get on Tinder, Sean. It works for OJ, right?
No, dude, Sean Long is a veteran. He's a Tinder all-star. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I've known Sean for quite some time, man. Like, that's exactly how his life is, and he loves it, and he's comfortable, and he's doing what he loves.
Tinder, wouldn't catch me.
Yeah, this man had Uber Eats during the Spawncast. He's a Tinder all-star. No need to worry about Sean. He's the homie. But all right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move on from this topic. This one was a pretty interesting topic. Everybody had a lot of good stuff to say, but let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna just talk about just briefly because I want to get into Q&A. I want to make sure that we have enough time for Q&A. So Xbox threw some shade over at Sony. I mean, obviously Xbox isn't going to say we threw shade, but basically right after the news broke that Sony's not going to be at E3, Microsoft put up this tweet saying, quote, "We can't wait to see you all at E3 2019. And they had little hands praise, whatever. And this is hashtag Xbox at E3. Hashtag Xbox, and then the little Xbox logo. So that was right after that. Then also Phil Spencer was like, yeah, E3 is a special time, a special time to show off Gears of War.
It's such an old mentality, man.
Yeah, Gears. It's a special time to show off Gears of War, Halo,
Forza.
Gears of War, Forza, Halo, Gears of War.
Dude,
Forza,
I wonder
Halo.
what super
We've
car they're
acquired
going to
15
bring.
studios.
Yeah.
What Forza car are they going
that's
to bring
worrying
this
me.
time?
No, I'm joking.
what
I'm
car are they
joking with
gonna
Mike.
bring
I'm
this
excited to see what Microsoft. I'm just joking when I do all that. But you know they're gonna have Gears of War and something for it. You know, they're gonna have, a car is gonna come down from the ceiling, rotating.
Listen, I came to the dark side. Listen, I came to the dark side this past week. All right, I got an Xbox One X. All right,
man got the biggest paperweight I've ever seen.
Listen, let me tell you though.
The biggest Japanese.
It is heavy. It's really dense and heavy, which is crazy. But let me tell you, I crap on Xbox a lot. They made one hell of a nice console. It has carbon fiber. It is super
dense
nice
and heavy. That's how I would describe their marketing strategy.
The Xbox One is a very well made. It's a very well made console.
It's a really well made console. I still dislike their UI, but the system itself is a very solid structure.
Their UI? I like their UI.
It's so ugly structured, dude. Sony and Nintendo have it figured out. Here's your main menu, and then every extra buttons are on the top.
I guess it's a little confusing. I guess
they Windows-ified their game.
Well, it is Windows.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Windows sucks.
Yeah, see, I don't use Windows. I'm a Mac guy, so
get off my podcast.
I have both. Macs, in my opinion, way better structured. Obviously, Windows lets you do a lot more things that a Mac can't do. But let me tell you, Windows 10, awful. The last good Windows was Windows 7, dude. Windows 10 is one of the worst things ever to ever happen.
I'm not a fan. I agree.
And then Windows 10 came along and it was all better.
Man, he's like, it's fine. There's nothing wrong.
No,
You guys
Windows
are a bunch of
trash,
crybabies.
dude. No, it is trash. It is ugly design. It has an unfriendly user system. It is just terrible. But go ahead.
Well, Mac is overpriced.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'd
That's
rather
very
pay
true.
more for how to
Absolutely
something that's clean looking.
Nothing supported on Mac.
Dude, I went to
Yeah,
go buy a
Windows
Mac
are-
keyboard.
in a
It was
call-
$120.
The dead corpse of Steve Jobs.
Dude,
His embalmed.
Mac costs too much and nothing's supported.
It does.
And it's just like it reminds me of like hipsters in San Francisco.
It's real good
Yeah.
for Photoshop. I'll tell you that much.
It's great for editing. I would never edit on a PC. I'll tell you
No.
that.
I
Editing
edit
on a Mac
PC
is
all the time and my editing sucks. So
exactly. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
This is where they made fun of the iCall. It's gold, anyways.
Mandy, what do you think about this Xbox shade?
I mean, good call for the person in charge of the social media of the company, but I think they're just like one of those people who are like too cool to like care. I don't know.
You're too cool to
Microsoft
care.
is just doing what they want to do. Too cool to care. I don't.
This is good. What are you talking, Mandy? This is good. This is good. Whoever's running this Microsoft account should be given a raise. That was a great.
You're making a simple ass tweet.
Yes, that was yes. Yes.
Dude, I can make a better
Well,
tweet while eating a whole
yeah.
pizza, smoking a cigarette, taking a shit on my toilet.
But
All
no,
right,
it wasn't a Wendy's
The Sean
quality
Lock
tweet.
Little
Okay,
Birdie
look,
tweet.
it wasn't a Wendy's quality tweet. We all know Wendy's is the king of
The queen.
the queen,
Oh, boy.
the queen of shade, the queen of great tweets, the queen of roasts. Yes, it wasn't as good as Wendy's, but it was still really
I wish
good.
Dave Thomas was still around in the Twitter age. That'd be awesome. If Dave
It
Thomas-
was. It was
How is this not
good.
good marketing though for Xbox? Because everybody knows that, like, yes, you can still have events, or like you can do Nintendo Directs, and you can also do what Microsoft has deep pockets. They got them Montana Max. You know what I'm saying?
They got
Montana
so much
Max
money.
Pockets. They got that
got
Montana Max
90%
pockets. You know
of
what
the
I'm
whole
saying?
PC market. Is that what you mean? Like that deep pockets?
Yeah, they got that Scrooge McDuck. You know what I'm saying? They got that
They're-
Scrooge
And
McDuck
that-
money.
and that
They got so
money-
much money, they're giving their games away for free.
Yeah.
They're just like, here, take it. It's on Game Pass.
God knows no one will buy them.
They're like buying all these studios. Like, why?
If
I never
I
said
was
Xbox was dumb. Microsoft's smart with what they're doing. Like they know what they're doing in terms of, like I think Games Pass is a smart idea for the
Yeah.
everyday consumer. I think that buying up studios to make more games for them is smart. Do they need E3? No. But
No.
for them to go, it's still cool. But they have deep pockets. So they can
But-
afford their presentations, but they don't
But they-
need to do that though.
They love that advertisement stuff. That's why that Inside Xbox event was like a 2-hour ad.
Dude, it was a 2-hour ad for Game Pass. It was,
Yeah.
dude, 4 of the 5 games were all goddamn third party. Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
OJ. I watched
Everybody's
your live
busy.
stream with that.
She was
You
playing
were-
Switch the
Dude,
entire
I
time.
thought you were asleep at one point. You were just like,
I was playing Switch, man. But Microsoft is gonna be the only company next generation that got like 30 studios and have no exclusives somehow.
Which they will all run into the ground eventually. Like they ran everybody else.
Microsoft like we've acquired everybody, but somehow they got no games to play.
They're gonna have all the
The
avatars
only
though.
company that's killed more studios that it's bought is EA.
I'm
Besides
just
Microsoft.
saying, but Microsoft always talk about studios, and Microsoft got so much money, but somehow they got no games. You know
Oh,
what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
They got-
dude,
I'm
like-
just
their
joking.
games are
I'm
delaying
just joking.
into
I'm just
oblivion.
joking.
It
I
can't-
don't
it
need
can't
kids
buy you
smooth
first
on my
place, apparently,
case.
because they never had first place ever. But
I'm joking though. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking with the whole.
if I was
Microsoft thing,
Sony,
so.
this is my response on Twitter. It's just a scoreboard. It says 85 million to 45. There, that's all you say.
To
okay?
undisclosed. We don't even know how
Kiss-
many
kiss
the
my
Xbox is
behind.
sold now. It's just undisclosed.
Yeah, it is undisclosed. We don't know how much they've sold.
I know. I'm being generous and saying it's like 45 million.
Oh,
I'm glad Crackdown 3 is going to Games Pass because I'm gonna get Games Pass, dude. It's a good deal. I just want to play the new Forza game without paying for Forza. Like that's great. But like Crackdown 3, dude, that multiplayer that they showed off was like what was that? That was
yeah, I don't know.
bad,
I don't know how I was feeling it.
The reason
I
why
was-
they're putting Crackdown 3 on Game Pass is because you have to be on Crack to actually buy that game.
Yeah, that's gonna be OJ when he's the only person. Like, yeah, it sold one copy physically, and it's just gonna be a picture of OJ going,
OJ.
Yeah, you and your whippersnappers and your digital tech and all, I'm not feeling Game Pass like everybody else is, man. I'm not
$10 a month, and you can get the latest games that they drop, all their exclusives.
I understand where OJ is coming
fine.
from too, because
what
the
exclusives
subscription
they got, man?
services.
I don't want
exactly.
15 versions of Forza. I don't want 15 versions of Forza, 15 versions of Gears.
So then there's nothing on the console for you. Why do you play the console?
I
There's
don't
only
play, I play
Crackdown.
Twitch, my guy. I got all the achievements. I literally got all the achievements. That's the only game I got all the achievements for on Xbox.
Oh
It's
my
Twitch.
God.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm a Twitch connoisseur. I'll whoop all of you guys' butts in Twitch. See
Listen,
me on
you
Twitch.
could be playing Sea of Thieves, okay?
Oh my god.
like no one is. You could be the only person playing that game.
Where's
still.
my boy Beat 'em? Where's my boy Beat 'em upset? Where's Beat 'em upset?
Where's beat him up?
So that's talking about Sea of Thieves. I gotta put him on. We gotta talk about Sea of Thieves, the greatest game ever. He came on this podcast again. He's like, I deleted it from my hard drive.
Dude, it's that game's just like that's the stuff that Rare is making.
That was the best admission of, yeah, I know I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Because you guys all four of you laid into it.
We just kind of brought it up. Oh my gosh, that was funny. That was a good time. Shout outs to Wood though. We just mess around here on the podcast. You know, we ain't serious. Anybody that we take shots, it's only friends that we take shots at, like Sean and stuff like that. No, it's no real shots. We're just joking. Kinda. So let's go. We're gonna move on to Reggie Fils-Aimé. The Reginator was back in full Reggie mode. Let's go. We're back in full Reggie mode, being Reggie, and he apparently. I'm just laughing because I don't want to say the name of the person, but So he basically said, Reggie said, N64 Classic Mini is not in our planning horizon, but would it never rule it out?
It's not gonna happen.
I'm just a PR guy. It's coming eventually.
I want to start with the talkie, man. What's your thoughts on this? What Reggie had to say here. He also talked about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Just to give you guys some quick, you guys can comment on this too if you want. I guess those are the most pre-ordered games in U.S. history for the Switch is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then he also said that what else? That they're still gonna make 3DS games, but we're gonna have all of our attention's on Switch, but we're still gonna make 3DS games while we can.
Dumb ideas, but go ahead.
And I think that's it. I think he said some other stuff too, but yeah, I'm just paraphrasing or just rounding up quickly. So, Taki, what's your thoughts, man?
I just love it when someone contradicts himself in the same sentence that they state something. We're fully sold on Switch, but we're still making 3DS games. I wish that he was running the whole company. I just imagine how great that would be.
Yeah.
Just like how much better it would be if that man was in charge of everything instead of the guy who's in charge now.
But would they have made the Switch?
You think that guy with his crazy whimsical personality, that it'd be even better, wouldn't it? Probably.
Furukawa?
No, if Reggie was in charge of all Nintendo, they still would have made this.
Would he have made the Switch?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's a
You
Japanese
don't think
type.
so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's that's a
Yeah.
discreetly Japanese idea.
I guess
Switch was
Reggie's
targeted towards Japan with the handheld aspect.
Yeah, I don't think an American would have made something like the Switch. I don't think an American would have
What?
thought of it the way that
Japanese
they did.
made a product for the Japanese market first and foremost.
The Switch is definitely for the Japanese market first and foremost. But then again, at the same time, it was made at the time that it was revealed or it was launched. Americans didn't think that they wanted a product like that, but then they realized that they wanted a product like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't know we wanted it, but we ended up wanting it.
Yeah.
I hope there's more 3DS games. I still play the thing. I still collect for it too, and I still, there's still games coming out next year for it as well.
Some great titles.
Yeah,
Some great brand new titles such as Luigi's Mansion and a remake of a DS game that came out in 2011 or 2009. We're truly living in the era of brand new, exciting 3DS games. I get it. It has a huge install base, but here's the thing. I know it's still selling, but already has that huge install base already. Like at this point, focus on saying, hey, come over to the Switch now and get that install base even bigger. Because listen, the 3DS is going to hit a cap at some point. It's been slowing down. People already have it. Everyone and their grandma literally has some form of 3DS, DS, 2DS, you name it. There's all the DSs. Everyone has them. It's still going to keep trickling out and selling, right? It has a huge back library of games that it can sell just based off that. But there needs to be a time where they're like, buy the Switch. Like Luigi's Mansion should have been like, hey, buy the Switch if you want to get all 3 Luigi's Mansions on the Switch. We'll figure out a way to do that, and not just the 3DS. What's the 3DS right now? It's a port system at this point.
Yeah.
I'll also add that Reggie said that they are completely focused on the Switch. He said that they're selling the 3DS as like a kid's console, like the first
The Switch is a kid's console.
But
well, he's
Switch,
selling
are
it
you going to
because
give your Switch to your 5 or 6 year old?
No.
Sure.
I mean, I wouldn't.
When your daughter throws your
Get a new
Joy-Con
Switch.
across the room because she loses in Mario Kart,
I bought my daughter a 2DS XL. You know, I bought my daughter a 2DS. I'm not buying her a Switch. You know.
Yeah.
So, you didn't buy her a Switch?
No,
I didn't. No, I let her play my Switch, but I'm not.
I debated buying my daughter the Pikachu.
Isn't that much of the same thing?
What kind of gamer dads are you?
I'm not gonna buy. She can use
you
my
let her
Switch.
play it. It's almost like buying her one because she has the same chance of breaking it anyways if she's still using it. So you must just buy her one if you're gonna let her play it, I guess.
Yeah, but she'll probably be playing hers at the same
there's
time
less
I'm playing
chance of her
mine. I won't be
breaking
able
it,
to watch her as well.
There's still a chance of it getting just broken if that's what you're worried about.
Well, the thing about it is, like, I want to
Tell
give
your
her.
kids
I
not
wanna,
to break stuff. When they get angry, tell them to go hit a pillow.
I mean, see, this is you guys. See, people talking that don't got kids. You guys trying to say you're telling me like,
That's
well, I
what's
should be
happening.
giving to my kids. Y'all don't got kids. Me and Tether got kids.
Yeah.
So let me talk to you guys a bit, okay? I'm a dad. You guys are.
Give your kid a stress ball to squeeze or
Let me
something,
talk to you
man.
guys trying to tell me about kids, okay? I've got one.
Teach them the value of something. You know what? If they
Hold on
break
a
their
minute
Switch, if they break the Switch, then say, well, that's it. You don't get another one. Teach them the value.
You guys out here telling me about kids, okay? My daughter, I'm not.
Then I'm out
buying her a
$300.
I mean, hey, you know, sometimes you got to pay the price, but you know, that's it.
Hey.
You say, hey, now then the Switch is just mine now, and you don't get to have one until you learn the value of $1.
Or you can buy a 2DS for $70.
Exactly.
And then they can break that, and you have to buy
But
another
they don't.
one.
They won't break it because the freaking
No.
2DS is built like a tank.
It's built like
No,
a
you can
tank,
not
man.
the XL. The XL you can still
Not the XL. Not the XL. I'm talking
Yes.
about the original 2DS. The,
Yeah,
the,
but OJ
the
said
weird
he
one
bought
that
the
doesn't
XL.
clamshell.
I did.
Oh,
I bought her a 2DS. I bought her a 2DS XL because it has a clamp design. You can clamp it and the screen doesn't get all scratched up. You know. So
Yeah, but once she gets angry at Mario Kart 7, just breaks it the other way.
well, she's not gonna do that because I taught her not to do that.
Okay, so you taught your daughter to not get angry.
No, well, I taught her not to break it that way. That's what she can get angry. All the
That's
kids are
what you
gonna.
gotta do with the Switch. Hey,
didn't
don't
pass your
smash the
fear
screen.
Francis
Don't
powers onto
throw
it.
the Joy-Con.
It's not about that. It's about the screen just being exposed normally when you're playing it. Whereas like the 2DS, it's a clamp design. So like when they're done, like you can close it and like a kid can be rough with it. Whereas with the Switch, it's just I'm not gonna. Most adults for the most part, they're not gonna hand their kids over like
Let them play the
year-old.
Switch on the TV. And
A
not
3
in
or
the
4
palm
year
of
old,
their
you're not going to
hands.
give a 3 or 4 year old a $300 Switch. I mean, if you do, that's fine, but it's going to come back all jacked up.
Just
Plenty
don't
of
let them
parents give their
travel with
kids,
it.
Like $800 tablets and whatnot when they're
Yeah,
like
don't let them travel with it. Have it in dock mode and give them a
I
controller
didn't
so
give
they
my
can
kid
play
an
it on the
$800
TV.
tablet. I bought my daughter a freaking a Kindle or like the Kindle Fire tablets, the cheap ones, because they can be rough with that one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy her like
because
an
you're
iPad.
responsible
Why are you
parent,
supposed to read with that?
And when you know what's gonna happen when you bums finally have kids. You guys are gonna be sitting here doing the same thing me and Tether are doing. You're not gonna be giving your kids this expensive stuff, okay?
Dude, I'm gonna get my car, my kid a car, right? I'm gonna get my kid a car, right? When he or she is like 2 years old, and if they break it or destroy it, then I'll be like, well, there's the value. You broke a car, and you gotta learn. All right. I'm gonna get the most expensive thing I can, all right, just to prove you wrong. I'm gonna buy a goddamn yacht, and I'm gonna say, here, this is your boat, and if it sinks, then you learn the value of that yacht.
Before I had kids, I was like, man, I'm gonna be the cool dad. I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the coolest dad. And now at this point, I'm like, man, you gotta be smart, man. Like, it's like, Tether, you can speak on some of this.
It's
man.
it's just risk mitigation. You just want to eliminate as much risk as possible. That's all it is. Kids have accidents. It's not like the kids are purposefully just going to throw the Switch across the room. It's just I would prefer to have her to have a 2DS because it's more durable. If something happens to it, it's $70. I don't care. As opposed to the brand new Pikachu Switch that I personally want for myself. I'm going to play when she's not around.
Oh my god!
The games are cheaper. The games are
the games are cheaper.
Yeah.
They're so cheap.
Yeah.
Every time my daughter has a good week at school, she's in first grade, we go to GameStop, we go get a game for her 2DS. She's got a bigger collection of DS games than I do.
Yeah, you can play DS and you can play 3DS.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't have a problem with them, just as long as it's not like a bunch of all they're bringing is just like old games. They're just bringing old, and there's not even that many. So for me, like it's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't have a problem with them continuing to support it, just as long as like all their main teams are working on Switch. Monolith
exactly.
Soft, what was it? Intelligent Systems, main Mario team, the big Mario Kart team. All of their main teams all working on Switch. We got Luigi's Mansion 3, which I said that everyone was like, man, OJ, you're just apologist. I'm like, nah, guys, look, like they're gonna announce a new Luigi's Mansion. Wait and see. And then when I said that, like, oh well, they still should have put Luigi's Mansion. I'm like, dude, I told you the reason why Luigi's Mansion's on the Nintendo 3DS. They just put together. They just wanted some quick, cheap, and easy thing for the Nintendo 3DS. If they're not gonna take this game and make a whole new engine, HD, and bring that to the Switch when they're working on Luigi's Mansion 3, they're just if Luigi's Mansion wasn't on 3DS, there would be no Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS. There wouldn't be anything supplementing that. We would have just got Luigi's Mansion 3 and that's it. They just did it just because it's just cheap and easy. It's like
at the end of the day, who really cares,
Yeah, it's a demake actually. I think it looks worse than the GameCube version.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
it
absolutely
doesn't really look that good.
Yeah.
And the ghosts like look weird. They're more like the Dark Moon ghost, all happy and everything. I really liked like the creepy atmosphere from the first Luigi's Mansion. I thought it was a really nice art style.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see with that. But anyway, Reggie's Reggie. Does anybody else have anything to add on this Reginator speaking before we get into some Q&A?
Go ahead, Mandy.
Reggie is like a weird one. Like, where did they like hire him?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was the president of the main marketing president guy of Pizza. Like,
he's a real paisano.
You guys remember the Bigfoot? That was Reggie, baby.
Dude, that makes me like him even more.
Makes more sense.
Like, hey, you want to come and be our CO in North America, but you're just a PR guy? Oh yeah, cool. All right.
Yeah, he was a PR. He's always been a PR guy. Nintendo of America. He's a PR dude, so Reggie's a bit weird, but that's what they needed. Somebody a bit weird. They needed somebody a bit weird, somebody that's gonna get bodied in Smash Brothers, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So they needed a weirdo to kind of run Nintendo of America. So
yeah.
I mean, like the Joker, so he doesn't kill people.
Go ahead, Tether.
As far as the N64 Classic, I honestly didn't think we were going to see that anytime soon, to tell the truth. The Switch is selling well, and they want to sell 2 million, 20 million Switches. That's what they want to do. So why would you release another console right in the middle of all of that to take attention away from the Switch? People love nostalgia. And I'm sure Nintendo has their ear to that. People have been begging for Virtual Console for so long.
Exactly.
I don't anytime soon.
Yeah. Well,
but
I don't really have much thoughts on Reggie because it's Reggie. So
yeah,
when Nintendo of Japan wants to make the N64 Classic, they'll do it. Reggie's just there.
Yeah, Reggie's just there to sell it.
All right, Reggie, go tell him now.
yeah, exactly, pretty much.
And I'll call that guy in Europe too. Hey, Japanese guy in Europe, go tell him.
It's not coming out anytime soon because there's still that Game Boy Classic that has to come out first.
Oh no!
Now that would be cool.
What did you say, Jordan?
There's the Game Boy Classic that they patented a little while ago before this talks of the N64 Classic.
Well, like Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games and that, or just Game Boy Color?
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they could just do one at a time.
I'm gonna say it like Tony Reale. I remember Around the Horn. Remember that show? Inside information.
There also needs to be that Virtual Boy Classic too, right? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, we need a Virtual Boy Classic. We need all the Game Boys to have Classic. I can't wait for the DS Classic. That one's going to be a real seller.
I can't wait for the PC Classic.
Dude, I can't believe that's a real thing.
That's not a thing. It can't be a thing.
It is a thing.
I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna buy one. Just
Why does someone want a classic PC?
PC class. It has a minuscule little floppy disk drive and everything.
Oh,
that's the coolest part
That's
about it. The little floppy drive.
Like
That's
it's
the
like the
coolest part.
size of like a 3DS cart that can
I
fit.
saw all the people I saw multiple videos about people kind of like roasting that system. Like,
Yeah.
Ah, come on, it's funny.
Well,
like
it's actually
funny, man.
SD card slot. They said they're gonna put games on SD cards, and you can buy them separately, as opposed to what's already preloaded on there, and you can just place them in the floppy disk drive.
This is going too far. This is where I made this.
Everything
This has gone
gets a
too
classic.
far.
We're gonna get a 3DO classic. We're gonna
It's
start
gone
getting
too
classics
far.
for everything. Okay,
I
I want
DDI Classic.
I also want to say thank you to I think Prince Goro with the $1.99 donation. But unfortunately, Prince Goro, we don't play music on podcasts like with multiple people just because that's I don't want. I mean, that's just we don't do that. On my individual
Goes
podcast.
against the format. Goes against
Yeah, yeah, it kind of breaks things up a bit. So we're not gonna play music on here with this because then everybody will be able to hear it through there. So only on my PE lives and anything where I'm by myself, I'll play music, but not with my other guests on. Just because I don't know, I kind of find that kind of rude a little bit. So, but thank you for the $1.99 donation. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Let's go ahead and let's get into the Q&A section, guys. Pretty much got through our topics, although I do think, Jordan, you want to talk just briefly, because I know people are deciding what games to buy and everything. Spyro recently released on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, it doesn't have that many reviews, and I guess
it did not release on the Nintendo Switch.
That's not.
Oh,
That's not. Well, it's okay, but we can still talk about it. But it doesn't have that many reviews, so I'm guessing that there's some type of conspiracy going on with this, since there's not that many reviews. You know what I'm saying? There's not that many. It's not normal because Spider-Man had a lot more reviews. So give us a little bit more info. Is there anything shady going down with Spyro, since there's not that many reviews with it? What's going on, my boy? And tell me how you feel about the game too.
Can we put inside information back?
I don't know what you're getting at over here, man. Listen, dude. Okay.
Twitter. Anybody who follows me on Twitter knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Guys, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never played Spyro in my life.
I'm trolling someone right now, but I don't want to say the name of the person, but I'm trolling him a little bit.
Say it. Do it. You won't.
You tell us about Spyro, my boy. Tell us about Spyro.
I like how I just killed myself and lost a life for a joke there.
Tell us about Spyro.
It's a
gameplay reaction.
It's a game that finally came out. I got a review copy, as I kind of joked about last week on the podcast. I reviewed it on Monday, and it's like, dude, let me just say, the state of doing any of this kind of crap has really screwed with my mental state with the fan base, especially for Spyro, because it went out of hand. It's like if you just blindly say everything's amazing, you're just a follower, and you're just sucking up to the company. And if you have any things that you don't like, you can talk about or disagree with, then you're just a nitpicker or an a-hole, and it's like you can't win. That's why my review was 31 minutes, and at the end of the day I said it's worth a pickup. There's so little flaws with it, but I went in depth of what the flaws, because as a reviewer, I felt it was my duty to say, here's the things that they changed, some things I didn't like, here's some control schemes I didn't like, but apparently I'm a nitpicker if I do that, and I don't love the games, even though, I absolutely do, and it's still a 9 out of 10 if I had to give it a rating. It's still a fantastic trilogy of games. The controls are great. There's a few things I dislike in the game that control-wise, and that's only like the swimming. Everything else is pretty solid. The games are worth it. Buy it. And since Spyro's out now, people, please stop giving me crap online. I'm not streaming the games. I don't want to stream them. All right. I just want to enjoy Spyro for me. Okay. Is that so hard to ask? I waited all my life to get these remakes. Okay. I've talked about it all year. All right. I've had enough problems behind the scenes dealing with this damn game already, between people and Activision themselves, that I'm not going to go into out of professionalism. But I am done with talking about Spyro until the next game comes out. Don't ask me about Spyro. Don't talk to me about Spyro. Listen, it's a good game. Just buy it. $40, 3 games. They're amazing. Just enjoy them for yourselves, or watch other people stream and talk about them. I am done. Okay, I am done. Let me enjoy the game for me now. It's time for me to have some fun with it. I'm tired of having constant harassment about this stuff. So I know saying leave me alone about it is going to cause more, but honestly,
I was about to ask you about
care.
it tomorrow. I'm actually scheduling a post right now to ask you about how can you please stream Spyro.
Please.
So I honestly think I'm going to troll you because what I do on Twitter is that I like to, when people say something, I like to immediately bring up something else. So,
stir the pot.
I like to stir the pot, baby. People don't understand my personality.
It's fine when I know you and you're messing with me and you're poking the bear. That's fine. We're friends. But to every little son of a out there who just wants to literally lay into me how I'm literally slacking. I was literally told that I'm slacking on stuff, even though I don't watch any of my other content that I've been putting my heart and soul into. And the reason because I'm slacking because I'm not streaming Spyro, I'm not doing a Let's Play. Hey, maybe one, I don't like live streaming. And how about two? I don't like making Let's Play videos and crowding up my channel with that kind of content. So that's just me, okay? There's a million other people on YouTube who are doing that just because I made a bunch of Spyro videos this year and had fun doing it. And
just because I based my whole channel on Spyro and people are asking me about Spyro. I wonder why they're asking me about Spyro so much.
No, and I said in September that's the reason why I stopped doing the Spyro stuff. It led to an all-out, full-out depression where I had a mental breakdown about it. And now here we are,
Your
back
mental
again.
breakdown's not funny. I'm laughing at something else. I'm sorry.
It's funny to me because it's over something I love so much, and it's making me go effing crazy. Okay, I'm truly trying hard to censor my words here, but like the fact that the game is finally out, my review is out, I'm done, I can play it for myself, I don't got to worry about no one or what everyone has to say about it. But the fact that it's still getting poured into me, not only on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, people are finding ways to get in contact with me to tell me how crappy I am for not doing anything more with Spyro. Your door just opened and closed in the craziest way behind you. That really tripped me out.
It's one of those Luigi's Mansion ghosts, my boy. One of those silly looking ghosts.
It was my girlfriend and my dog. This dog's like freaking out right now.
The girl, when she needs to get in, she needs to get in. It's a podcast or not. My daughter used to just she used to kick down the door like freaking like Leon S. Kennedy, dude. Like just like bam, like make me a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Like I'm not joking. She literally just like
dude, that's so funny.
Yeah, like mom's right there. Just kick down the door. I want a sandwich, Dada.
It's actually really funny. Like off topic, completely off topic. I was playing Resident Evil 4 the other day, and this dude grabbed me, and I was wiggling the thing, and you know how he kicks the guys? Yeah. Well, he jumps up and kicks him, and his head just freaking explodes into a million pieces.
The suplex was like awesome.
So overall, basically what Jordan's saying is that please make sure you bug him to stream the game on Twitter. No, I'm joking. Don't
listen. I'm on a social media break. I was, like I said, I almost didn't. I came on the podcast. I almost didn't because I shut off tweeting out on Twitter. I have a video coming out tomorrow. That's the only thing you'll see me tweet anymore right now is the video coming out. Other than that, I might just take a break for the rest of the year. I'm so stressed out from this stuff. I need a break to figure out myself, get over my own problems. You know what I've developed in the last 2 weeks that is literally freaking me out? I'm not hungry anymore. I have not eaten except for maybe one meal a day because I need to eat, but I'm not hungry. My sleeping schedule, I haven't slept in 2 weeks properly. I go to bed at 7 and I wake up at 8. All right. I have problems now, legit medical issues because of this stuff. So I am done with this. You can keep on harassing me. That's fine. But now it's all going to deaf ears because I'm off social media now. I'm going on a blackout.
That's why you said later. So, what place are you going to get? You said blackout?
Yeah.
Stupid Call of Duty reference. All right. So guys, if you have questions, feel free to put questions.
Wait. Can I talk about Spyro?
Oh sure, yeah. I didn't. I know. I didn't
please.
know
Someone else talk about Spyro for once.
I didn't even know you had it yet. My bad. Yeah, go ahead, Mandy. Talk about Spyro.
As a person who's never played it, it is very enjoyable. It's like it brings me back to those type of games where like Ukulele and what was the other one? A Hat in Time kind of thing. But with Spyro, it's just been a fun experience. And I can see why a lot of people like it back then because it is very like what's the word? nostalgia, but I never played it. But it brings out what like those cartoony type feels. Spyro is very witty and funny, and there are some funny moments and some cringy ones too. But overall, it's funny. The game runs really good. It looks awesome. It's very beautiful. It's pretty easy. I'm at like the first game. It's been easy so far. I've been 100%ing each place. So, except for that flying place, it's like hard as hell. But overall, it's been a good game. And I'm sorry, Jordan, that you're going through that mental thingy. I know how you feel. I don't like streaming either. I really don't enjoy it because I just like to play my games with myself. I'll talk about it later, make a video. But I don't like streaming either.
I don't like streaming either.
Yeah, okay.
I just do it 2 times a day though. I can't.
No, but notice how I don't stream games a lot though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't pay attention to the game. And
I like talking a lot because I'm a communication major, so that's what I do in my live streams. I talk.
Yeah.
we appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the fence. Sometimes it's cool. Like I streamed Undertale a little while ago. That was fun because you get to like interact with people while you're doing that. But
I do
don't
like
know.
streaming Smash Brothers though. Like that is a game that I'll stream because it's not like a story based game or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, so like Smash is cool to stream, chill with the homies, play whatever, get people on Discord. That's fun as hell to stream. But outside of that, I don't really like streaming anything else outside of Smash. To be honest, like or like a fighting game or like a multiplayer type of game, like a Fortnite or something. Like I don't mind like streaming stuff like that, but like streaming like single player games, not really. All right, let's see here. Let's get some questions. My question is a little bit up in the chat. Okay, let me see here. What was your question? Trap Lord Huey says, what do you think about the whole piracy situation with Nintendo and going after ROM sites? A lot of people think that their 12 million lawsuit was overkill. I think it was justified. I mean, Nintendo's been doing this for a while, guys. It's dating all the way back. I remember one guy had to pay back like $1 million for like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Like they went after this guy that put out, that was a while ago, So I mean, it's like they've been doing this forever. So I've actually kind of grown numb to the topic when people say, "Oh, well, they won $12 million." It's like, and 12 million, Nintendo like wipes their butt with like $12 million. Like it's not really. Like, I don't think they're even gonna get that. First of all, I don't think they're even gonna get that 12 million.
no,
They had to pay that guy for the 3DS like more money than that. So that patent lawsuit that they lost for 3DS.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why people like when people overreact or not react or somewhat react to these lawsuits. I'm just like, guys, this is standard business.
It goes back to the Pokemon Let's Go thing and the whole I should get it for free kind of mentality. I should get these games for free. So
it's just I just don't care. I've just kind of grown numb to the whole lawsuits thing with Nintendo. Nintendo, they have top-notch lawyers. There's going to be patent lawsuits through the end of time. Past when all of us are gone, there's going to be Nintendo in the year 23 something fighting some type of patent lawsuit from whatever. There's always going to be lawsuits.
Their legal track record is pretty impressive. They do not lose much.
They don't lose much. They're going to lose some. They're going to win most of them. It's just one of those. It's just one of those things that happens, guys. So it's
they're the LA Lakers of.
I didn't even make a video on it because it's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant completely, but it's like to us gamers, it's like, okay, we buy games legally, whatever. Just let them take care of the legal stuff and just move on. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought. I don't know if anybody has anything else to add. They can add it. I'll get the next question.
Can I make a Twitter comment about the last thing we were talking about?
Which one?
Oh, about what was going on with the Spyro and Twitter and Jordan. If you're on Twitter telling someone that you're slacking, I think you need to reevaluate your life priorities. If you're telling someone that they're slacking and you're on Twitter, it's like okay, like what are you doing with your life right now? That's so good that you're on Twitter telling me this. I'm slacking off.
The fact that I get told that, even though I released the longest review for Spyro out there, a 31 minute, where I had literally a couple days to beat all 3 games, come up with a review, and I'm one of the only people who actually brought up negatives in my review, and I am one of the, if not the biggest fan of Spyro on YouTube. All right, maybe there's someone bigger out there. That's cool, right? I don't care. But and guess what? I got messages from people who work at Toys for Bob DMing me on Twitter saying, thank you for bringing out some of the negative stuff. We appreciate it. Now it's stuff that we can patch and work on and fix. They appreciated that I was not scared, and because I got a review copy from a big corporation just to kiss their ass. All right. I said, listen, I'm going to be
I
honest.
also got some messages from them too, but I can't reveal what was said.
I have certain messages that I literally cannot say because it literally could get a lot of people in trouble from behind the scenes stuff with how Activision was handling certain things behind the scenes. Either way, yeah, the game is good. How about this? I'm slacking on content because I'm making one video a week that I put my heart and soul into about what recently Crash Bandicoot. I did the Spyro review. I have a Pokemon video that comes out tomorrow. I have so many other good topics. My Nerdstalgic series where I put so much time and effort into making those as perfect as they can be, in my opinion. But no, I'm slacking on content because I'm not daily uploading crap about Spyro. 10 things I want to see in Spyro. 10 levels that I love in Spyro. You want me to just be a top 10 channel? You want me to just sit here and be like, here's the top 10 things that I love?
Just talking. They're just a bunch of losers with no life.
Okay, guys. Okay, so we gotta move on with the questions. I get it, guys. We just gotta,
okay.
We get the frustration from the fans, but then at the same time,
we appreciate your hard work, Jordan. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, we appreciate the hard work, obviously. And
I don't. And the thing is, I don't need I don't want the valid. I don't need people tweeting me saying, "Hey, you're doing a good job." I don't need the comments that say, "Hey, you're doing a good job." When I make something that I love and I like it, that's all that really fully matters. What I don't want, what I don't like, and what I think is just disgusting is when people say you're slacking, you're doing a terrible job, you're disappointing us, you're letting us down. Name me how I am letting you down because I'm not streaming the game. Because I'm not streaming it. I'm letting you down. I covered it all year. I did inside information. I review the game, but I'm letting you down that you can play the game yourself. That I'm letting you down that you can't watch me play it, even though you have it and you can play it. Wow, it's a pretty crazy world we live in. 2018 is wild.
Man, people are so entitled these days and so full of themselves. The narcissism is so. Twitter's like it's always been there, but it just magnified it. It's for the whole world to see. So
it's always great.
Let's move on. Okay.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mandy. Go ahead.
The video you did with Ant Dude was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was hilarious.
Thank you. That's literally my favorite video I've made yet. There was so much time put into that. The planning, we filmed the skit for that like a month or two ago. Like we had so much fun working on that together. And it's one of my favorite videos. It's longer content. It's like 17 minutes long. It's well edited. I loved making it and people enjoyed it who watched it. But I'm slacking because I didn't do a Let's Play of Spyro or stream it. So, I'm the slacker, guys. I'm the slacker who works 18 hours a day editing for other channels. And when I find time to make mine, I'm the slacker. So this is the world we live in, guys. But anyway, let's go to more questions.
Jordan. Here's the next question from Deadlock7. Says, all you guys' thoughts now on Fallout 76? Is it Fallout 76 is out? Good, bad, broken, must try harder? A lot because of great potential. Tether, you wanna take this one?
I haven't played it, but I don't know what Bethesda was thinking taking Fallout and putting it online. Their games are so buggy, so broken at launch. I don't know who in that company thought it was going to be a good idea to try and release this game.
Todd Howard.
And
is that oh, by the way you're holding in your hand right there? Yeah,
this is a standard Wii remote.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Todd Howard, I don't really think that he's probably played the Bethesda games because I can tell you
played them.
that wasn't a good idea.
Todd Howard has played them. He's played them all right. Let's do it, man.
Dude, I bought it. I bought the collector's edition just because I wanted the helmet. And that's fine and all right. I literally got it on Tuesday night from Best Buy because I had an 8 p.m. launch, right? Got it, brought it home, opened it up, put a picture on Twitter saying I'm not playing this crap game until it's fixed. I'm going to go back and play Spyro instead. And I just put it on my shelf. And I'm not touching it for a while. There's no point in touching it. The game is still a buggy mess. The servers are having ridiculous issues. I love Fallout. I really love Fallout so
same
much.
Here.
I have friends that work at Bethesda. I love a lot of the stuff they put out, but this is not the game. I've said it like the last few weeks on the podcast. This is not the game I want to see from Fallout. It's a chore-based game where you build stuff and you survive, and there's no real mission quest with like actual people. It's just really poorly put together. It's a sorry excuse for a game just to be online. Listen, if you wanted to make Fallout Online, do it at least on the level of Elder Scrolls Online. Give me a full Fallout game that is online with other people. Don't give me this like, well, figure it out. They literally have said, we don't know what's going to come of it. You guys figure it out. It's still in beta and the full game is out. Listen, release it next year. Don't give us this right now. This is crap, and this is it's disgusting for a company to do this. And they're using the same engine that they've made all their games on. Listen, they said that Elder Scrolls 6, dude, Elder Scrolls 6 and their next gen title, the Starfield game or whatever, are still running on the same engine. It's not a good engine. It's a terrible engine.
It's a terrible engine.
It's a great engine. Look at how many blockbuster games they've released. How can you sit here and tell me that it's not a great engine?
Look,
y'all want Final Fantasy 15 again, or you guys want your Fallout? And you want your next generation
blockbuster and broken, right?
You want your next generation Elder Scrolls?
Those are two words I associate with Bethesda.
You want it sometime in the next 15 years? You better just chillax and let them make it on that old busted engine.
No.
Y'all out here talking about that engine's horrible. The next thing you know, okay, we'll make the Bethesda Luminous. Next thing you know, my freaking daughter's in college playing Starfield.
At least when I played Final Fantasy 15. At least when I played Final Fantasy 15, it was an enjoyable experience with no glitches from start to end. And it was one of the most beautiful games I've ever looked at. So they can't say that about a Bethesda game. I've never looked at a Bethesda game and said, wow, these are the most insane graphics ever, because they're behind on every release that they do. I've never said, wow, I've had no glitches, because every 5 minutes there's a brand new glitch that literally does something to the game.
When they announced Final Fantasy 15, man, like you were like playing on a schoolyard somewhere, okay?
That's fine. That's fine. I'd rather have what is the one quote that we all quote about a Rush game?
But Final Fantasy 15 wasn't that great to live out for 10 years.
Yeah,
it was great in my opinion. I enjoyed it.
I think Final Fantasy 15 got rushed towards the end.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, at that point, it just needed to come out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on the level.
Final Fantasy 7 remake comes out, we'll all be dead.
I'm telling you, you guys are all gonna be happy. Look, that attitude is gonna be, that frown is gonna be upside down when the next Elder Scrolls comes out, and it's still gonna be fun. There's gonna be some issues with it, like all Bethesda games.
It's gonna be a lot of issues. It's not gonna.
You're gonna buy it, but you're gonna buy it, and it's gonna be fun, and and it's gonna sell because it's Bethesda. So
yeah, I'm not saying it won't. But look at when they just publish a game instead of make one their own. Look at all like Doom. Look at Rage, right? Now Rage may not be the best game, but it's a solid build of a game. It's still fun, and it's getting a sequel. Look at Doom. Really, really popular. It's been ported to everything that it wasn't on. It's getting its sequel right away.
Rage barely worked, by the way, on the PS3. I'm just letting you know.
I had it on the PS3. It worked fine. I don't know what you were talking about.
It barely worked.
Yeah.
I had no problems with it.
After it was patched?
I got it day one.
Are you sure you were not?
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
Under the influence of anything, my boy?
At that age, no.
Well, I mean, Skyrim still has bugs to this day.
Skyrim is still one of the buggiest games out there. Yeah. It's on literally everything.
It's 11 years old.
You can play it on Alexa.
Yeah, you can.
And it still has bugs on that.
Well, the reason why Elder Scrolls has so many, and why those games have so, because you can pick up so many things. Notice, like in Final Fantasy, like you can't pick up all the stuff that you see. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the stuff, you can't pick up anything. If Final Fantasy had all the stuff that you can pick up and had all the interactive elements, then a lot of these games would have bugs. But if you notice, like Xenoblade, you notice like a lot of these RPGs that come out, or these bigger, expansive ones, you can't pick up anything. Like you can only pick, like Monster drop something, you pick that up, but you can't pick up plates, dishes, all these different things, manipulate them. They all have their own physics and everything. That's why Bethesda
take that out for all I care. It's so like, I get what
Bethesda though. You're trying to tell them to take out their own nucleus, their DNA. Like,
yes, I don't need to inspect every plate just to become overcumbered and hold too much. I don't want no gas plate that I sell for 1 ruble. Okay.
I want that plate. I want to sell it. I want to get half a gold coin.
No.
Okay. I want half my gold coin.
I want a solid game.
I want to sell my produce at the mart. I want to sell my apples. My
veggies. I agree, Jordan.
I want to sell my.
We don't need that ability. Like, have us pick up stuff that we need.
That's the question I got.
Like, there's one thing I hate in video games. There's something I even hate about Red Dead Redemption 2 is like you can look at everything that's so unimportant. I can pick up a picture frame and then turn it around to the back and then look underneath of it, dust it off, smell it, and then put it down, and it does nothing. It does nothing for the game. That is stupid. Stop adding stuff like that. It holds down the game, people. I want to play a game.
Man. I want my plate.
I don't want to pick up a plate
my plate, my veggies, and my wine.
I don't need that.
And I like the little sound that it makes.
too, right? You know,
I like the little sound that it makes whenever you pick up some wine. That little little bottle sound. I like that. I like that sound as well.
Yeah, but guess what you can do with the wine? You could drink it.
Yep, and you can be.
What can you do with the plate? Sell
but
it.
you have help a little, so yeah.
You guys stop hating on Bethesda's crappy engine. Seriously, you guys are haters.
God, I love Bethesda, but they need to get with some time.
Now, you're not gonna have any more friends at Bethesda talking like that.
I know. I have friends at Bethesda, and I've told him to his face. I said, "Yo,
you think that you're? I dare you to tell Pete Hines. I dare you.
I will call him right now.
Double dog dare you.
I will go and get a tour of Bethesda right now.
I double right now.
I will.
I will go to Pete Hines.
Cool.
Betting.
Listen, I don't need the $2 in your coupon to Taco Bell from your wallet. Okay,
I'm
listen.
calling you out, Jordan Fringe.
Okay, I will get a tour of Bethesda. I will bring my copy of Fallout 76, throw it on the ground, and say, "Fix this bull crap of a game."
I dare you to call it a crappy engine in front of Pete Hines.
I will go to his face right now. I'll call my friend and say, "Hey, give me a tour."
You won't do it.
Okay. You know, the studio's not that far from where I live, right? It's like 45 minutes. I'm there.
I dare you to tell Todd Howard to his. I dare you to tell Todd Howard.
I will literally call Todd Howard
back to back. They have to be facing this way, and then you go to one of them and tell them, and tell the other one. I dare you to tell both of them. You won't do it.
I will get both of them to meet me at a very nice cafe. We'll all sit down with a nice cup of coffee, and I'll be like, "Listen, guys, we gotta have a talk. Listen, your engine sucks, all right?" And I'll say it right to their face. I will record it. I'll wear a damn GoPro on my forehead.
Dude, they'll be so surprised. They'll be like, "What?"
Canceled. You will be. There's going to be no more Fringe fam. There's going to be no more.
That's
Jordan
fine.
Fringe.
As long as I'm standing up for what's right, I don't care.
You will be canceled.
I've been canceled 15 times this year because of Spyro, all right? I don't care. I'm still canceled, all right? I'm that show that keeps getting canceled but somehow still has a new spin-off show every other week.
I'm having too much fun with this crap.
If I cancel his channel would like be deleted from YouTube. Is that what
oh my god, dude. Okay. I think we should move on.
Yeah, no, the engine.
That Ford Pinto, that rusty Ford Pinto of an engine they have going. Right?
Oh, I like the Ford Pinto. Actually, not. To be honest, man, no. To be honest, give my honest thoughts, guys. Before me wipe the tears out of my eye. To give my honest thoughts, hopefully they can make a better engine. But apparently it's going to be using the same thing, so we'll see. Let's see. We're gonna take one more question, guys, and then I'm gonna watch some football, and I got to do a video for you guys. So let's see here. Let's see. I don't think there's any more questions, to be honest. They're just. Oh, hold up. Final Fantasy VII remake release date for the PS6. Okay. And people are. Since I was trolling, people are trolling.
It's more like the PS never.
That's not unrealistic, though. To be fair.
Maybe there's a version for the PS6. I don't know.
No, I think it's not even gonna come out. Dude, honestly,
where's that guy with the name that says PS or Final Fantasy VII never releasing? That I wish.
Yeah,
that guy needs to be here. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button, guys. Please hit the like button. We're going to go ahead and call it at an hour 36. I got to get some content ready for you guys. We got a big Friday with Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee. We got live streams for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and call it right here. What I want to do is that each person, because we're going to start off with our guests first, go ahead and plug your channels and kind of tell them, where they can find you and everything. So we'll start off with Tether Gaming. Tether Gaming, my boy, good to have you on. Definitely would love to have you back. But where can people find you and what do you do on your channel?
All right, so you can find me right here on YouTube. Just search for Tether Gaming. I talk about mainly Nintendo stuff, really big into fighting games and RPGs. Kind of similar to this, just not as good energy and production value as OJ, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
This channel's not good either. Don't worry, it's okay.
I'm 2 subscribers away from my first 200, which is really exciting. And actually, I'm going to go pick up Pokemon in about 2 hours, and I'm gonna hop right on and start streaming right away. So, if you guys are interested in Pokemon,
chat so people
gotta stream them all.
Yeah. I'm gonna post it right here. I said I look like Shaq.
So let's go pick up Pokemon. It's gonna be
Maybe if it does, tell me how much.
Buddy, go pick up Pokemon, Kobe.
I don't know about you, Charles.
Hey, Kobe,
Oh
tell
my-
me.
I linked my channel down in the chat. Come hang out over there. We're doing a Smash Brothers giveaway. Actually, we're gonna give it out the 30th of November, so that way we can get the game shipped out as soon as it's shipping on Amazon. But
You're over 200 subs now, by the way.
Shout out.
Oh,
Let's
thanks.
go. Wait,
Thanks. 200.
Basically, with Smash Brothers, it's gonna be like Oprah. So many people are giving like, you get Smash
Yeah.
Brothers, and you get Smash Brothers, and I mean everybody's doing Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Giveaway, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So shout outs to Tether. Make sure you guys go check him out. Go sub. He's awesome. And he looks like Shaq, which is
Awesome.
good.
Thanks, guys.
Shaq is, first of all, Shaq is amazing. I mean, like, we can all pray for the success that Shaq. Maybe all of us can maybe get a quarter
Yeah.
of what Shaq got. You
Dude,
know
I'm
what
actually
saying?
like getting someone to draw me graphics right now. I might just get him to draw Shaq.
Dunking
Yeah.
a Switch? Are you like dunking and like playing your Switch at the same time? Dude, let's go.
The theme song of the channel should like the Shaq rap on Kobe.
It's just the drawing is like your hands out like this, and since you're so massive, the Switch is just like a little mini device in between your two
Yeah.
fingers.
I've seen Shaq hold a Switch before, and literally, like, you can't see the Switch. Like,
He can probably hold like from one end to the other in one hand.
Oh, yeah,
like
he
he
has
held
a-
it sideways. Like a pinky can touch one Joy-Con, the thumb touch the other Joy-Con.
Oh yeah, well,
holds
because
it up.
you know he owns the Energy Esports, right? So there's been some behind. Yeah, he owns.
I
Energy
love Switch. Nintendo is my favorite.
Esports. Yeah. Greatest system of all time.
I love it. It was fantastic.
All right, so let's go. Ataki, where can they find you at, my boy?
Talking to your Twitter.com. That's don't have a channel. So, but remember, kids, people on Twitter are human beings, and no one's half the battle. See you next time.
G.I. Joe.
Oh man. And next, Mandy. Mandy, where can they find you? And talk about your channel just a little bit.
You can find me on Twitter at Mandy Lee Plays, but I also have a channel called Mandy Lee Plays. And since I'm a regular, I want to be more involved with the chat. So I'm going to get to know you guys a little bit more. So yeah.
Yay. Mandy, you should also come out to the when you can, to the normal live streams that I have, like the PE Live. That's a good way to kind of get to know a lot of the European users. If you can make it to the earlier live streams, they're amazing. They'll treat you really good. All right, so thanks, Mandy. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys check out Mandy's channel. Mandy, did you link your channel?
Yeah.
She did.
Okay, good. So you guys go subscribe if you haven't subscribed. She's awesome. And then my boy, my co-host, Jordan Fringe. Definitely. What you got
That's
to say,
me.
my boy?
Hey, here's the thing with me.
Know about you? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, but don't expect me to be active for a while. I'm on blackout on Twitter. But you can find me on my channel. It's Jordan Fringe. And I'm definitely not talking about Spyro no more. So if you're looking for non-Spyro content, I am your channel. I have a Pokemon video coming out tomorrow. As far as the rest of the year, I don't even know if I'm going to take a break or not, but I do have big plans for some awesome content I am going to be working on aside from that. So yeah, if you want no Spyros, come to me. If you're looking for Spyro, then just stay away, I guess. But you can check out my Spyro review if you want. That'd be cool.
So,
My link was bad, so I have to send it again.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I just
I decided to leave because I had to go somewhere.
Oh,
No.
it's all good. Pretty much the podcast is over anyway.
Yeah.
All right, and of course, OJ here. We're gonna have a lot of cool content on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I'm going to be doing probably like Let's Play series and also live streaming just a bit, just kind of cross time till Smash Brothers comes out. Once Smash does come out, though, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be really litty on the channel. So thank you guys so much for all the support during the live streams. Today was really good. We had great viewership throughout the whole time. We didn't really dip until the very end here. So we had upward of 200 people watching, and then it pretty much stayed right there at 189 to 200 people. So thank you for the long viewership, guys, for the people that stayed through to the end. We really do appreciate that. I know you guys like the podcast when I bring on other people.
Sorry about my rants.
Oh no, it's okay. It was a good. To be honest, Jordan, it was good that you did that because you don't do live streams on your channel, so it was a way to kind of vent and get your thoughts out there.
It's
You
'cause
know?
This is the only place I do live streams aside from when I'm occasionally on Spawncast, which I'll be on Saturday. This is my
Like that
home.
on the Spawncast though.
No, exactly. This is my home for live streaming here with OJ.
John's his motif.
does.
Right?
Well, no, Sean rants, but it's
Sean's the rant guy.
It's a
but
little
he's
bit
a regular. He's
it's a little
different.
bit different though on John's podcast, just because you want to respect the person who's doing the podcast
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
Sean has that East Coast kind of like rant.
It's just-
It's
it's just-
Plus, they live right down the street from each other, so
that Jersey. He's probably not from Jersey, but he reminds me of someone from Jersey.
Wait,
Yeah.
isn't he from like? Wasn't he from like?
he's
North
from
Carolina?
he's from I don't know. He might be from Connecticut because he has family up there.
Well,
So
but he was in North Carolina though. He was like
yeah,
in North
he used to
Carolina.
live there, and then he moved up to Delaware.
Yeah, he lives in Delaware now.
Okay.
Got that.
All you Delawareans.
I have no idea. I have no idea about you guys' small little like cities that are actually states. You guys are weird in over there in that place. There's like
Delaware is
like
so small, but it's a cool little place.
40 different states
Yeah.
that are all like the size of like Central California.
And you wonder why people hate California, everybody.
What?
Here it is.
We hate like people hate California. I had no idea that people hate California.
Have you watched Fox News in the last like 30 years?
No, I haven't actually. And I don't plan on doing that. I plan on keeping my sanity. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with PE Live early. We might have Pokemon live stream early. We'll do something. We'll make it fun for the ninja out there. So thank you guys so much. He's from Jersey. There you go. Sean's from Jersey. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Is there somebody that we can raid? Is there somebody that we can raid? I think there's somebody that we can raid. I have somebody here. Okay, guys, we have a lot of people here. So please, my boy Jesse Mercury. Fantastic.
Yeah, Jesse Mercury.
Yes.
Please go. Yeah.
Fantastic streamer. You guys all go raid my boy Jesse Mercury. He's playing some Legend of Zelda. He's a great streamer. He's almost at he's been sitting on like 1.9 thousand subscribers for a while. Guys, go raid him. Let's get him to 2,000 subscribers right now. That should be enough. We should be able to get him to $2,000. Like right here. Let's do it. So I linked this channel. Let's all go over there, rate him. Even if you're not trying to play, just go over there, hit him with the subscription. Trust me, you're going to love his Mario Maker stuff. Whenever they bring Mario Maker to the Switch, this will be the guy to watch because he is amazing.
He's amazing.
Yes.
Yes, Kaizo runs like the hardest levels.
Oh my God, he's so good at Mario Maker. And Mario Maker is one of those games that you don't want to play it, but you want to watch somebody play. No, I'm joking. I
got some serious.
I can't stand
skill.
Mario Maker, but I love watching people play Mario Maker.
He has like a sci-fi theme to his channel.
Yes,
Yeah.
sci-fi theme to his channel. He's fantastic. You guys go watch Jesse Mercury. Go rate him. But anyway, thank you guys so much.
The Mercury Fleet. That's
Mercury
what he calls
Fleet.
his.
The Mercury
Yeah.
Fleet. You guys
Mercury
go rate him.
Fleet.
Let him know that we sent you, and we'll see you guys back for the next one. All right, peace out, guys. Everybody say bye. Say
Later.
bye to the
Bye.
Later, guys.
Guys, you guys are
Bye.
mean. Bye, chat. Thank you for coming out to the
I can't
stream.
hear
Yeah,
you
see you
too.
next week.